It's not that
That's
bad.
disgusting, but I do know what you're talking about. I mean, it's not that bad. Whatever. I'm not trying to shame anybody that, you know what I mean, that happens to.
We were
It's fine.
we were talking about something nasty before we came on, but we're here now. As I guess like EQ and shit's working, right?
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. We're here now.
Yeah.
We're live from the studio.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Yes.
So
Not much, man. It's cold as shit here. I'm just like trying to stay warm.
is it? I heard it was because last time, but like last time everyone was there, it was like 80 a week ago, wasn't it?
I went back home for Thanksgiving and I came back and it was brick.
Really?
It
It
wasn't like
sucks.
this before I left. It was kind of like nice. Like I was wearing a light little fucking jacket. It was cool. I was like, hell yeah. Like, is this what all winters are gonna be like here? Like,
Yeah, it's
this
like
is lit.
I'm not that mad at climate change if like it just I I don't like a global warming summer, but I'm into a global warming winter.
Global warming winter is the shit. I think you are right about that. Global warming summer, complete and utter fucking ass. It's
Yeah,
horrid.
yeah.
It's horrid. And especially on the East Coast, like everything out here, it's like muggy here.
The
Everywhere that you
humidity is the
go is
problem,
muggy.
you know. Amen, brother.
Yeah, because like out in LA when it's hot, like it's nice, kind of.
It's a dry
It's
heat.
just like
It's a dry
beaming
heat.
down on you and shit. It's a dry
Dry
heat,
heat.
dry heat, dry heat. Exactly, exactly. What else has been going on with you, man? How's your Christmas shopping going? How's all that
I
jazz?
I don't think I'm getting anybody gifts this year.
Really?
It's very Sisyphusian getting gifts.
You're not gonna get me a gift? Your best friend?
Ask Kevin, bro.
That's fucking crazy. I'm getting you a gift. Well, then again, it is your birthday. Your birthday's
Oh,
coming up.
exactly. I don't believe in birthdays
Uh,
either. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness.
Um, that's that would have been odd.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I made that up.
Yeah, that would have been odd. Every Jehovah's Witness I know, no offense to any of the Jehovah's Witness homies, but
Oh, let's hear this.
Jehovah's Witness people, they come out weird on the other side of that religious experience. Let's be real. Who do you know that's a Jehovah's Witness? That's kind of normal.
Do you know any? Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. She's a little fried. I don't think there are white Jehovah's Witnesses anymore. It's a very like, like people of color sect.
I'm trying to think of like what is even their deal?
They think dancing's evil and shit, and like they hate music. It's kind of like Christian Sharia law. You know? Am I gonna
I mean,
am I gonna get canceled
I
for
mean,
saying that?
I don't think so. I think that's a good. I don't know much about Sharia law or the Jehovah's Witnesses, so like I can't.
I don't either, so I'm kind of just making a generalization.
All I do know is that I remember like growing up, there was a kid in our class who I was in like second or third grade, and he was Jehovah's Witness, and I remember distinctly someone
No birthdays.
yeah, someone said something about like bringing in cupcakes or some shit like that, and he was like, "Oh, we don't do that." And then everyone was like,
And
"What about like Christmas?" And like they were like, "No, we don't celebrate Christmas either." And we were all thinking, or at least I was thinking, like, "Fuck, that's horrible. That sounds so sad."
it's like if you want to convert and do that as an adult, I think that's fine, but doing that to a kid seems cruel.
Yeah, like no birthdays. You're not gonna take your kid to fucking Chuck E. Cheese, bro?
Do they still have Chuck E. Cheese?
They do. And I'm gonna stand on this. The pizza from Chuck E. Cheese fucking goes crazy, dog. So
Well,
good.
I have a couple things to touch on food wise, as we always talk about. One of which being,
Fantastic.
do you remember when like the Chuck E. Cheese pizza was like being false claimed on like on delivery apps as like a different name, but people were looking at the address and it was like getting delivered out of a Chuck E. Cheese? Sick. And
Yes.
also,
Yes.
that leads me to when you were posting all those restaurants at 95 Delancey, those are a ghost kitchen that comes out of a bodega. There's like 15 restaurants in there.
Really?
Uh-huh. I looked it
Really?
up
The
because I was
one the
like,
one right over here on
I think
the
it's the one on Delancey with the blue awning, like a block down from the Popeyes.
I know what you're talking about in between Orchard and Ludlow.
I think it's that one. Yeah. Either that or it's a different one, but it's like a bodega that's a ghost kitchen.
I don't fucking like that bodega.
I got stinky cheese out of there one time. I'm not fucking with them.
Dude, I got a candy because like the movie theaters right there. Like I
Hmm.
went and got candy and I like took it out and it was all like stale and bad and the bag was dusty.
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones that like has a bunch of shit, but like most of their money comes from like liquor and like
Mm.
like the ghost kitchen. Like they're not like moving product. That's why I like the one that we go to because they don't have a big grocery selection, so there's nothing in there to get gross.
Exactly. It's like batteries, condoms, smokes,
And like
sandwiches, and
sriracha.
fucking
Yeah.
like soda.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit like that. Like non-perishable goods. You know what I mean?
Do you know which one actually has a good grocery selection, but it's like ungodly expensive is the one on Orchard in Rivington.
Oh,
That one on the corner right there
yeah.
by the
I know
old
what you're
crib.
talking about
Yeah.
across the street from yeah, across the street from Granny Zaz.
All right.
R.I.P. to Granny Zaz.
Yeah, for real. Damn.
I fucking hit the Granny. I hit the Granny Zaz pin the other day, and that should have me tweaking.
That shit probably took you that shit probably took you to the fucking moon, bro.
Dude, I was in here so scared and shit. I was like checking my go bag and stuff. Like, where's all my stuff? I have a bag of survival shit that I've only ordered when I was like belligerently high. Like, there's a map. There's a map in there.
Me a map of what?
A map of the New York City tri-state area.
You're like, all right, I need to keep going up Third Avenue till I get to 96th Street.
No, bro. What the fuck? What if I have to get out of here? What if I have to get out of here and I gotta take the back roads, nigga?
What back roads out of Manhattan? What back road out of Manhattan?
Well, first of all, getting out of Manhattan is the most important thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
One. But once you get out of Manhattan and you get out of like the immediate,
I would swim.
dude, you couldn't swim.
I was a lifeguard. That was my first job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't swim. I'm saying that you couldn't in that particular circumstance. You're just gonna leave your fucking crib with nothing. You're not gonna leave it with like, I don't know, like a bag full of necessities.
I'm gonna duct tape a bunch of jewelry and cash to my chest so I can barter along the way and swim out.
Like, nobody wants these Trump dollars, dog. After he like changes every dollar bill to his face.
Yeah.
I also want to say real quick, you called the fact that Joe Biden was going to pardon his
Thank
kid.
you.
You spoke on that many times. You
Thank
did
you.
call that.
Any father would save his fuck up son. That's like what you do as a white dad, at least.
Fair. I mean, I respect him for it.
I do too. So back to a go bag situation. Nate, when the first Ukrainian invasion happened in late 2022, it was early 2022. It doesn't matter. Nate got really high off the pin and ordered a bunch of iodine pills in case there was a nuclear attack to prevent fallout. And Amazon sent us a copy of No Man's Sky for the Nintendo DS or the Nintendo Wii instead, so we don't have any iodine pills. And then someone stole my Switch, so I couldn't even play it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's actually when you realize, like,
Like, where the
wait,
fuck is
where's
my
my Switch
Switch?
at?
Where's my Switch? I was on New Game Plus and Witcher 3. I was ready to start killing people.
Like I said, dude, that is. I don't want to get down the rabbit hole of The Witcher 3 again.
Have we talked about this?
We did talk about it. We talked about it on the last podcast.
Goes crazy.
Because we talked about the Switch. We talked about the Switch.
Okay.
And like how, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. I do be getting high and I do be getting scared. And that forces me into like a pattern of behavior where I'm like, I have to grasp for a little bit of control. So I'm like, let me buy a hatchet from Amazon.
Let me buy some MREs.
Let me buy some MREs and put it in a bag somewhere in my apartment.
You ever seen Book of Eli?
Yes.
I think in a post-apocalyptic situation, I would try to get into a Gary Oldman state.
Where you're trying to find a Bible?
Well, where I'm trying to seize power, where I maybe own a town, maybe I'm like controlling a little area, like a warlord.
Headman situation.
Yeah,
Headman, mayor,
Yeah,
warlord
exactly.
situation. Okay.
I think I told you this. I remember back in the day. I don't know if I told this story. Doesn't matter. 2012, zombie apocalypse is on the horizon, right? It's like it's in the zeitgeist. Freaked out. I'm taking dabs all the time.
Mhm.
I'm also scared. And I remember
Mhm.
talking to my plug's plug when I was still selling pot, the fat dude I've talked to you about. His name will not be said on the podcast, but a good friend of mine who used to tour with the Disco Biscuits and ride a Segway around their festival. And that's how like much of like a boss, like uh, drug dealer type situation it was. Anyway, I remember talking to him and I'm like, yo, dude, we're talking about the zombie apocalypse and shit. And I was like, yo, like if this shit happens, I'm just gonna kill myself off rip. And he was like, what? Like, Luke. He's like, you could be emperor of the new world. And I remember being like, oh shit. And that's really shaped how I view the
Damn.
apocalypse.
Oh my god. Well, the reality of an apocalyptic situation is that if you were to ever want to be in a position to be the emperor of the new world, you would have to survive the initial shock. It's always about the surviving the initial shock.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you gotta get through it. And like you gotta get through like the first 2 weeks is when everyone really dies.
Right,
You
right. If
know?
you don't get crushed by a brick falling off of a building,
Or
then
like get
you're
murdered. Yeah,
chosen.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
chosen to live.
yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
You can get through the first couple weeks, the first couple months, and then you're like, I feel like you can get a good equilibrium. Then again, you might run into a situation where you're just running out of food. You're like, wait, all I eat is like canned food. Where am I gonna get fresh food? I gotta start eating cats. Word to Book of Eli.
Yeah, I mean that's like, like that's when the pets start to go. Yeah.
Damn,
That's
I
why
don't like
I
that.
keep Phil very muscular.
I feel like dogs are probably taste gross.
I feel like they're probably pretty good. I think dogs and cats probably taste better than people put on.
You really think so? I don't.
I,
I don't think
I
so,
think you're
dude.
putting on airs for the mic for the camera, Nate.
I'm not putting on airs. I just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it probably is just like it's just programming because I do like look at dogs and then like all the dogs that are in my life are just like stinky little guys. It's kind of like what I
Yeah.
think of them as. Like they're like lovable drunk bums. You know what I mean? Like they don't really have that. They don't really. No dog really knows what's going on, and I just imagine that it's like not as delicious as like I don't know, a not stinky homeless man.
What?
I don't know if my line of reasoning on this really makes sense, but like it's kind of like if you were to eat a person, would you want to eat a homeless person or like I don't know, like a professional athlete or something? Dog to me, just like on the scale of like meats, it's just like a stinky little homeless guy. Like they don't really know what's going on. They're not an apex predator.
I mean, yeah, because there's only one apex predator left. Uh,
And are you talking about man?
yeah, I'm talking about man. The most dangerous game.
Oh.
Probably the most delicious though.
I also feel like fucking people probably don't taste good.
I think they'd probably
I
be
feel like
fine.
they're probably gross. I mean, maybe. Oh my god, this turned bleak so quickly. But I mean, I guess in a survival, you want to be the emperor of the new world. You're gonna have to make some sacrifices. You're gonna have some hurdles that you're gonna have to hop over.
You're gonna have to get down and dirty. You're gonna have to get in the trenches, do some undercover boss type activities. You're gonna have to wash the trucks with the guy, and then, find out that his kid's paraplegic and buy him a new wheelchair at the end.
Hmm. What? Give me a taste of the new world order that you're thinking about. What are we talking? What policies are we putting into place here?
I'm not gonna be a policy-driven leader.
Then what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna rule with an iron fist.
Oh yeah. How foolish of me. Of
I mean,
course.
my policy is going to be driven by the whims of someone with a deep-seated case of PTSD caused by the apocalypse.
Because you had to eat your own dog.
Because I had to eat Phil, and now, maybe maybe a little more on edge than normal.
You don't know what we had to do to survive.
As I talk to someone who was like there with me.
It's like yeah, I was, dude. We survived because of my map, the map that I had in my backpack. All right.
Yeah, the map. It
It's
got
like it had nothing to do with eating Phil. We didn't even have to eat
it
Phil.
got us
You just
to
did it because you were like,
it got us to Hackensack where we set up our new world order. All right, I got something I want to talk about.
what?
You're from Baltimore, correct?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on go-go music?
That's more of like a DC
I
thing.
know, but you're in the same like, orbit.
It's good. It's cool. Why?
First of all, I was trying to listen to it yesterday, and it was rough. But
Oh.
it's not for me. Um,
Hmm.
but I had this thought. Speaking of disco biscuits, Like go-go music is like fish and disco biscuits for black people.
I mean, if you are considering like the aspect of live music, like live drums and guitars and shit, yes.
Sonically and like format wise, it's very, very similar. Like it's large format, live music, percussion driven.
Percussion driven. This is true. This is true. Disco
Um,
bits is given, I think, a little bit different. I think there's are acoustic qualities that make them similar. You would have to talk to Souza about this because I've never
this,
seen a go-go music live
I thought because
before.
I feel like Sosa's probably gone to Bonnaroo a couple times in his day.
He definitely is more of a burner than you would expect,
I know he is.
for
Or
sure.
he has been for sure. Anyone who goes camping is a fucking burner, especially if you go camping in your 30s. That's crazy.
What is wrong with camping in your third? Are you
I'm
serious?
so
You
serious.
can't go outside and enjoy nature and not be considered a fucking hippie.
I like
So
cities.
you're getting brainwashed out in California, dude. That's not true. You got to go out into the wilderness like a man, survive.
California is more nature based than the rest of the fucking country.
I don't want to hear it. That's not true. All right. That is definitely not true. LA is one suburb that doesn't stop for much too long.
A couple
It's a
hundred
suburb
miles.
that starts at one place and it just and a couple hundred miles of suburb.
As opposed to New Jersey, which is a state full of suburbs connected.
You're talking about the mega block. All right. From DC to Boston is one mega block suburb.
It doesn't have the density you want it to, Nate. You're not making the point you want to make here.
Regardless. There's nothing wrong with camping. You're tripping. Camping's fine. Being outside is fine.
If you want to go into nature, bro, go to Prospect Park for a couple hours. Grown ass man going up to the
That's
woods is
just
crazy. It's so crazy. Go ch go chase a
why is it
fucking
crazy?
go
Why
chase
is
a
it
fucking
crazy?
bag, bro.
Why?
Go chase a fucking bag.
That's nuts, man.
I
This
I
is this is this
exactly.
is.
It is. The only acceptable way for someone in New York to go camping is if they're paid to go on an Arc'teryx trip, which most of my friends have been on.
Do you really think they camped? Or do you think they really stayed in like tents and shit?
It's an activation, I don't know what they got going on.
Yeah, they just popped up and popped back. They're
Yeah.
like,
Maybe stopped at Woodbury on the way.
that'd been nice.
That would be nice.
Go to the outlets.
I want to go.
I also wanted to bring something up to you. We got a question on and a comment. Essentially, I can't find the exact comment, but essentially, someone said that they're turning 21
Oh God.
and they want to know what they should be drinking on their 21st birthday.
Spirits.
I mean, yes, but I think there's more. I don't think there's things that you should be drinking, but there's definitely things that you should not be drinking on your 21st birthday, I think.
Well, it's like I would just say, what did you spend your teenage years drinking would be the first thing I'd want to know.
Well, all right. What was your 21st birthday like? I think we should do this in reverse. What was your 21st birthday
Wasn't
like?
good. It was a pretty sad time in my life.
I mean, you went. I'm assuming you went out with your friends though and got drinks.
Yeah, I got a couple. I asked for a Crown and soda, and the guy gave me a tequila and Coke for some reason. It
Ew.
was very gross. I really didn't start drinking like that till I was like 24, probably.
Oh, so 21 was just like a calm little
Yeah,
pop out.
like I didn't like really drink like that. Like I was like on some more like burner shit for real.
Just ripping tubes, fucking taking dabs.
Yeah, I was hitting the roar, and I was putting the tree perk ash catcher on the um front of the ball and doing snaps.
That's that's fucking ridiculous.
Do
I kind of miss like just like ripping a tube.
you?
Just ripping a tube it was kind of fun every once in a long while. I was talking to Mark about ripping tubes last night, and he was like, only like kind of like dusty girls have bongs now, and I was like, that is a very weirdly accurate assessment. One and two, one of those girls, if it's like a house like three chicks and they all smoke, one of those girls, if you hook up with them, is gonna give you a fucking STD for sure.
It's like girls who like listen to Shoreline Mafia.
Yeah, like they're fucking ripping bangers, bro. Like you're in bad company. Kind of probably good company, probably fun company.
Something off-putting about a girl smoking weed. That's a man thing.
It's definitely not ideal, you know.
Yeah.
It's not ideal.
It's
Both
not.
and also both of us can't be scared. One person can be scared. and
Yeah.
the other person has to
Well,
like be functioning in like a normal way.
it's also, God forbid, I'm with a woman. I want her to be paying attention to me, not zoning out, thinking about jazz music and shit.
Thinking about go-go music.
Thinking about funky bass lines and live music.
Really. I would say the things that you shouldn't drink on your 21st birthday, going back to the original question, I would just stay away from taking a million shots. The real key to surviving your 21st birthday, I think, is to not take every single shot that comes your way. Cuz otherwise you'll just you'll just be throwing up somewhere unless that's your goal. Then get fucking ripped. I'm a tequila guy though. A tequila guy. Tequila and Jaeger is what I drink. So that's a diabolical combination.
It really is. Tequila, mezcal, vodka's good. I don't love like mixed like cocktails, mixology shit. You know what I'm saying? Like keep it simple, something and something, something and something. Like Jack and Coke, whiskey sour, tequila soda. Preferably soda. You don't want all that sugar. You're young. You have your
This
whole
is
life
true.
ahead of you. You can drink the sugar now, but if you get used to that, then it's gonna fuck you up in the long run. So you really should just like start off strong, martinis. Vodka soda, tequila soda. Maybe if you're like in the club, you can put a little splash of pineapple or cranberry in there. But like.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Luke. A martini is definitely an old person's drink. I
I'm
don't
not
think
old.
anyone that's
I'm not
21 will
old.
be drinking
I'm not old.
a martini. That's a more experienced drinker's drink.
But if you start
Martinis, that's
early,
insane.
that's what I'm saying. Like, get into it. Get into your groove, bro. Start on intermediate.
Ugh, God.
Skip
Fucking.
skip easy
I
mode.
did not like martinis when
I still
I
don't really
didn't I
like
didn't
them.
like martinis when I first. I had a couple last night. They were fucking good.
That's
Had
what's up, bro.
peppertinis at fucking Valentine's.
How is Val's doing?
Was doing good. Had a burger. It was fucking good. Saw brother Michael.
How's the burger gotten better? Because it was going downhill last time I had it.
It was okay. I don't think it will ever, and I mean I hope it does, but it would be difficult to achieve its original height because the first time that I had it, it was legitimately like one of like the best burgers I've ever had in my life. You
Yeah,
know,
I
it was
know.
so good.
Tasting that dragon.
It was so good.
Do you have the wings?
No, I just had a burger and fries, and I had like four martinis. I like split. Me and fucking Mark Alexis sitting at the bar, chit chatting.
I want to redo the wings with Mike when I get out there. How's the block look without the outdoor dining?
So good, man.
Is it sick?
So good. It's sick.
I'm excited.
It's sick. Fuck the outdoor dining.
Dude, I fucking hate outdoor dining.
Yeah, it's just torched. Like, there's no fucking reason to have it anymore. Like, it was kind of nice to be able to eat in certain places, like outside during, like, just like the spring and the fall. Because I mean, in the winter, it's way too fucking cold to just sit in the outdoor space thing. Even if you have fucking space here, it's fucking freezing.
Watching people in a space heated outdoor dining thing in the wintertime is so fucking sick and twisted. I'm like, you have absolutely no respect for yourself. Like what is this?
What the fuck am I doing? I'm fucking eating spaghetti in a fucking enclosure with a parka on. And this is an expensive parka. If I fucking drop some fucking tomato sauce on it, like this is gonna be expensive. This is expensive eating,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? It's just not a good look. It's just not. And then during the summer, it's too hot to eat
Yeah.
outside,
It's gross.
and especially in New York. It's just too gross.
Smells like garbage and shit.
Every person in New York has to realize that that is just a rat like clustering point and home. You know what I'm saying? Like rats just like crawl all over everything in there while y'all are not in it.
Outdoor dining speaks just to the fact that New York, out of 365 days, might have 23 days that are actually comfortable outside.
Yeah.
Like outdoor dining, like it shows that it accentuates that fact.
Yes. And it's really as the fall is in like full swing. The 3/4 of the way through the fall, it's like perfect weather.
I like spring, like May, April.
Gas. April's fucking so fucking nice. My fucking birthday month. It's like the best time of the fucking year.
That's when I like go home to Virginia and shit and go like hang out at wineries for a couple days and like Sick.
It's perfect. Light jacket. Maybe you could even get away with like a long sleeve shirt and like some shorts. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like it's perfect.
Oh yeah.
It's perfect.
Oh
Love
yeah.
it. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. But yeah, fuck the outdoor seating shit. That's all gone. All of them are gone now.
Good man.
I haven't seen any of.
I bet you the weight at Dudley's is through the fucking roof.
I don't know. I don't think Dudley's is like really like hasn't doesn't look like it's been cracking like that.
Really?
I've heard bad things about Dudley's like in the last like
Really?
this year
Why?
especially. It's food wise, like it's just like it's not that good.
Every time I go, it's like pretty solid.
I don't know. Chevy said that the chicken came out undercooked that one time.
Yeah.
I went there and like ate like a couple of times, and they always fucking kept forgetting to like give me silverware, and then they wouldn't be around. That happened like 3 times in a row.
I would have been pissed.
Yeah, it's just like shit, like little shit. Like, come on, like someone else was like telling me like their food came out like it was fucked up. Someone got like a salad there, and it's like this is all like recently too. Yeah, I don't know. I really haven't been eating on the platform. I mean, like I said last time, I haven't really been like going out like that, like for real.
Well,
I went out to fucking Bar Valentina and just like had a couple drinks and like chilled.
so you haven't been getting litty? You haven't been going to Clando?
I haven't been to Clando in a while. No,
Sad.
I mean I would go to Clando.
You should.
It's just like I don't know. I'm like, what the why? Why?
I don't know.
I'm just like chilling, kind of pop out and get a couple drinks like Soza or some shit.
Pick up some new trim.
I was thinking about that.
Well, what are your thoughts? What were you thinking?
I just, I just like, I don't know. I just don't really feel like dealing with it right now. That's really what it comes down to. I just don't really want to deal with it.
Well.
I'd rather just like kind of fuck off and do exactly what I want and not be like beholden by like, doing shit with like some chick.
Yeah. You gotta find a wife, Nate.
I don't have to do anything. That's the thing. I don't have to do that.
All right.
I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice to spend time with a lady, And I'm not like a person that has not had multiple girlfriends. Like I've had multiple long-term girlfriends for all of like essentially all of my 20s. I was like dating women.
Nate finally took some time to focus on himself, which has been really nice to see.
I'm just like not gonna commit to anything unless it's like perfect for me. That's just kind of like where I'm at. Like I'm really happy like just like being alone and just like chilling and stuff. It's not that big of a deal to like be alone for me.
Well, if any of the 3 women who probably listen to this think that they can change Nate's mind, go ahead and bang his DMs.
I hate the way that you try and put me in position. It's always so bad.
All right. Anyway, Nasty Word Podcast. We've talked enough. Thanks for listening, guys. Um, if you do want to send Nate some money, hit his DM. He'll give you his Venmo, his Cash App, his Apple Pay. Thank you for tuning in.